Old Dominion.
What's up, fellas? Good to see you guys again. As
going?
always, massive fan of your music, like most of you as people, so it's pretty cool to have you in here.
Who don't you like?
That's a whole different segment there.
He hates me.
No.
I'll tell you guys later.
Let me ask you this question, Matthew. There's 5 of you, and it's hard for us to get together when it's not predetermined by like a month.
Sure.
If it's ever like, okay, can we all? It's difficult. How do you get everybody together? If it's like, guys, we need to get together and do this with 5 schedules. You're all really good at other things as well as being in Old Dominion. Is that difficult?
It can be difficult.
Yeah, most of the time it's a text thread, I think, that gets through to everybody.
Do you have a text thread that is just you 5 with nobody else?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's actually called Just the Five of Us.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a text thread, though, of just the 4 without Jeff, maybe? And it's like,
There's probably a text
but he
thread
doesn't
with just
know.
the 4.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
without
5
everyone.
different of those.
Every permutation.
How else do you talk about it?
Yeah, you got to be careful not to switch threads to the wrong thread.
Well, there is a text thread of the entire show without me.
Yeah.
And
But
I encourage it because I think they can get, they can share frustrations. I have a spy in there. There's a lot of things. But they do have a text where they talk about stuff all the time without me in it, and I'm cool with that. Is there a 4-person one with one of you not in it that any of you know about?
No, I'm surprised that there hasn't been like a
misfire.
Yeah, a misfire.
Text misfires are the best.
That says a lot. That says a lot.
You gotta complain about somebody at some point. So.
Well, you guys do in the text thread any sort of creative, like song ideas. Will you throw that there, or is that for a different place?
No, there's never really song. It's always the dumbest, most juvenile jokes that you could possibly think of.
Yeah, every once in a while, maybe we'll throw a demo up, like if one of us wrote a song, and we're like, hey, do we want to save this for us? Is anyone interested in this?
Not naked parts. You ever do that? Check
No.
this out.
No.
Oh, God,
What's
please,
this
I
rash?
hope that never happens.
No?
Have you guys ever had this before?
Okay, Old Dominion's here, and we have a lot to do today. And so if it's cool with you guys, I know the new song came out. It's great. I love it.
Thank you.
If you wouldn't mind, can you perform that? Are you guys accustomed to playing this?
We can find out.
Fully live?
This is actually,
Let's find out live.
All truth be told, the first time we've ever tried to play. Well, when you walked in was the first time.
Yeah.
This was the second time we've ever tried to play this song.
In this form, yeah.
All I know is that when I walked in, Brad was like, shut up, don't play that. You stink. Matt, do not come in then. I was like, whoa, buddy.
Welcome to being in Old Dominion,
Yeah, and then
and
I
why
turned the
we have a
mic
text
on,
thread
and Brad's
without
like,
him on.
hi,
it.
Man,
everybody.
that was so aggressive. I did not say that. World.
Hey, so Memory Lane.
I'm not that guy.
I know all you guys' songs are written by different versions and different duos, trios of you because you're all excellent songwriters. What was the writing version of this song?
This was Brad, myself, and Trevor and Jesse Joe Dillon over at Brad's house one morning.
So when you get together and it's you 3, are you writing an Old Dominion song, or are you all just writing the best song you can and you'll see where it falls?
I mean, I think that, but there's, of course, a better chance for it to, us all to be on the same page in the same room. And, there's a better chance of it becoming an Old Dominion song for sure.
And with Memory Lane, I don't know, who has the concept written in their phone as a note, or does it come up as you're just hanging out for the first 45 minutes of it?
That
figuring
one
it out?
happened to be in Jesse Joe's phone, I think. She had that title, and he had this little... We showed up, and he was already playing this guitar part. He had this beat going, and we knew we were really in love with that feel, and then she threw out that title and with no kind of direction, and one of us said, if I could buy a house on Memory Lane, and that immediately sparked everyone. Everyone got super excited, and then we just were, following that idea wherever we went, and just wound up at the end of the road. It was truly like a journey to write it.
Is there an unspoken rule with songwriters that you don't really yell who had this idea and that idea?
No. I mean sometimes it's sometimes you remember. I don't particularly remember in this one. We were just so it was
Yeah, I mean honestly, I think I might have said if I could buy a house in Memory Lane.
I thought it
and
was
then
me actually.
They fight. I know it wasn't me.
Okay, here it is.
The thing is, I usually can't remember anything, and just thinking like maybe I think so.
Well, anytime Eddie and I write a funny song, he's like, I wrote that part. And
For
I'm like,
sure.
Bro,
For sure, that was me.
Relax. You guys, that's why I like you guys so much. Like, there's just like the insertion of my own story in that music. You guys do that a lot. You write something that is pretty universal. You write it specific, but it's so universal to a lot of people, meaning you guys have that ability to me hear that song and go, oh, I know, this is how I feel about it. Without it, I don't know. That's
thank you.
It's stupid. But that's what I think.
I mean, everyone has a past. Everyone has something that they look back on fondly.
Like generally, that's how I feel about your music, and you guys know I'm a big fan. But it's like a lot of times you guys write such good songs, and I go, oh yeah, I felt that. Sometimes I hear a good song, and I'm like, oh, that's catchy.
Right.
The big difference. Right. You guys do catchy songs most of the time, and I go, except for I was on a boat. I'm good. I don't need water. Don't like the beach. I'm all good. That song can whatever. Except
it, but not a water guy.
Except for that one. Listeners sent us questions, and we started doing uncomfortable questions from listeners, and it wasn't initially approached like that, but now they know, so they send us questions that are sometimes uncomfortable. So let's see what we got here, and let's answer them honestly. Does Old Dominion have any feuds with any other country bands?
Yes.
Nice.
Cadillac 3.
Well, you outnumber them, so...
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them. Most people haven't.
Oh.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, do they count? Do they even count?
Who posts from the OD account on Twitter and Instagram?
It's kind of like a conglomerate, like I post some, and then we have gotten to the point where our label is like, you need to post more, and we're like, well, then we're hiring somebody, so we have help.
I only jump on there if like the airline loses my luggage or something.
Yeah, that's true.
But and I saw that, right, and it became a bit of a thing.
Yeah.
How did that work out in the end?
Oh, I didn't do it this time, which actually I did get caught up in the Southwest thing. No, I did it one time. We were overseas, and well, I won't name the airline because I like them now, but they lost my luggage. But the problem was we were traveling Europe, so they go, we're going to get it there today, and they go, oh, we didn't get it there. We'll do it tomorrow. I'm like, I'm in a different country
somewhere else,
tomorrow.
yeah.
So finally, I'm like, I'm going to have to go to like Twitter to solve this problem, and it worked.
It did work?
It did work, yeah.
You tagged them, obviously?
Yeah, I got immediate reply.
Wow.
Good for you. I've done that. I can get crap. I need to be in a band. You don't have to say what it is, but who in the band has the most expensive car?
Not me.
Not Matthew anymore.
Not me anymore.
I have an RV. Does that count?
Anymore?
What does that
Time's
mean?
tough?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you have to-
I just had a little accident, but
It used to be you before
used
the
to be
accident.
me, but yeah.
Somebody hit you or you hit them?
I hit a tree
All by
all
himself.
by myself. It was very snowy and icy.
Okay.
And
I wasn't going to push, but I hear you. Yeah.
He was hammered.
I was also just wasted.
That's why I wasn't going to push. I was just like,
just in case, just in
I'll
case.
sit in silence if you want to follow up. But
I'm like, how did that not make the news?
two questions left. Do you wish you wouldn't have named the band Old Dominion based on how universal the name is?
Man, I will say, like, I'm so annoyed right now, like, because anytime anything happens with Old Dominion University and people want to get angry about it, they tag us. And the short answer is no. I'm glad we have this name. But man, when people are just like so just incessant about like complaining about something that happened at Old Dominion University, it's like I start to want to reply and be like, hey, we're just a band.
Do you ever?
Yes.
We have,
sometimes,
yeah. That's good.
Most of the time they're like, oh, sorry.
Final question. Why did Old Dominion become popular?
That's a good question.
I mean, we had the motto for years that this is never going to work.
And we also look back at some decisions that we've made, creatively, like, putting out an album of meows and things like that,
Love
and
that.
we wonder the same thing.
I really feel like
listener.
when the Grammys came out, nominations after that year, you guys were
I'm-
snubbed. That was a
I was
snub.
surprised we didn't
Not
get
even
one.
CMA's Grammys. I felt like it was
Yeah,
snubbed.
that's all good.
Let's go back in time. Let's do first hit, last hit.
Okay.
The very first hit in my mind is Break Up With Him. Is that to you guys?
Yes.
Like
yes.
the-
Definitely.
And I feel like that you guys kind of came out of revisionist history, came out of nowhere, boom, smash hit. I'm sure that's not exactly how it happened.
No.
To the world?
to our fans and to the world, but we were playing music and writing songs for a decade before that happened.
Yeah, van and trailer, all that stuff.
When it did hit, were you surprised?
Yeah, there's an element of it that for sure. I mean, there's I remember after on the way to the #1 party for Break Up With Him, I was riding in the car and my uncle was with me, and he said, "Man, did you ever think this would happen?" And I said, "Yeah, I had to, because I would have just quit." But at the same time, you have that feeling, but you also have this like, you can't believe
It's
it
a reality
also
thing,
happened.
right? Yeah, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will, for sure. But also when it happens, you're like, golly, it's crazy.
Yeah, especially because it takes so long, like you said, all those years of just trying to do it and not having success. It starts to feel like it's never going to happen. So when it does, it is kind of a nice surprise.
Hey, you know what I like about that Trevor, that last deal, the boom, dun, dun, dun. When you guys did break up with him,
Uh-huh.
I felt that.
Oh,
You
good.
did that.
Thank you.
Can you do that with no? Here we go.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah. You know what it is.
Come on, rap on.
And then I'll say this too. It's. I think it's very underappreciated. That's a sample somebody should use. Schoolboy Q gonna come out with that and then also, Brad you're doing solos on acoustic.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it now. I just love an acoustic solo
Oh, thank you.
because it's brave and you nail it.
Yeah, it's like you got no choice. You gotta do it.
You got no choice. Ain't that
his
right?
motto.
Yes.
What choice does he
What
have?
choice does he have?
Jeff's like, we're never gonna make it. Brad's like, we got no choice. Old Dominion, everybody.
I'm still thinking over that we're never going to make it mantra.
Yeah.
What choice do I have? Was
Yes.
also a very
I'm being forced to do this. All right. Last tip. What would that be?
Depending on who you ask, it was no hard feelings.
Hey, let's listen to him communicate right here. This is behind the scenes. What do you say, Matthew?
What's that?
What'd you communicate to him?
I was just communicating what the length of the song that we were.
Yeah.
gonna
What's the
play.
link?
First chorus is what.
Love
what
it.
I believe in.
Love that. I like behind the scenes. It's like when they turn the mic up on the quarterback going, Blue 22, middle linebacker, he's an idiot.
You know, they
That's
should.
what I'm hearing.
Sometimes we often wish that we recorded our talkback mics on stage and are simultaneously glad that no one ever hears. the stuff that
Absolutely.
we say.
Because sometimes you don't want that out at all. That's right.
What is the,
Hey,
oh yes.
no, you're good. What do we learned? I'll tell you. It's an A minor.
I
It's A
couldn't
minor.
remember the words.
Hey,
Hey,
Jeff,
see?
when you went to the World Cup,
Yeah.
and you went to what?
Qatar?
Is that how they say it there, Qatar? Qatar
Everyone was
or-
very polite. No matter how you said it, they would nod.
Did you feel safe?
I did actually, but I was lucky. The first couple of days, I was with someone that had private security. So
Famous?
no, my girlfriend works at McDonald's in marketing. So it's like the marketing team had.
Man, that went really
security.
boring. I thought it was gonna
Yeah,
be awesome.
sorry.
Jeff, that went really boring. Yeah.
Well, Ronald
He
McDonald's
created
pretty
this
famous.
He did. He was
like, I
like-
was with
Yeah.
someone who.
We had
was
secret
my girlfriend
security.
worked at
You ever seen
Sorry.
Jason Bourne? Yeah.
Right,
Well, McDonald's
exactly.
marketing has a.
You ever had a chicken nugget?
Right. Those nuggets, man. You gotta protect the nugget.
Yeah.
Protect the
Got
nugget.
it.
At all
Yeah.
costs.
Was that a fun experience?
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Dang.
7 games in 7 days. Wow. And
You felt safe the whole time.
I did. And what I was going to say is, like, security made me feel safe the first couple days, and then I realized we really didn't need them at all.
I will say that situational awareness is not something that Jeff possesses, really. So
So maybe he was
Like
in
may have been in
danger.
danger at all times.
You know what? It's very, very true. It's very true.
All right, superlatives here. Who's the funniest person in the band?
Man, everybody
I think it
takes
changes
the
day
ball,
to
I think.
day.
Yeah.
Somebody.
That's why it's fun to be in this band. Somebody cracks it.
There's
I
no
think Whit might take
funniest.
the cake.
Who?
I think Whit might take
Yeah,
it
Whit's
on a
pretty
more,
funny.
most consistent.
Is it
basis.
because you don't expect it and then wham, Whit hits you?
It's always like a little off kilter.
Yeah. Okay. Who's the biggest perfectionist of the group? That sometimes it's annoying.
I'd say Brad. He's still trying to remix our first album.
The meow wasn't perfect, guys. This meow's a little off key. Let's do. Who's the latest? Who's late the most?
that's up for debate. But the debate is between all of us against Trevor. We all say he's the latest. He says he's not.
I'm definitely not.
So it's definitely.
Here's the
you.
thing. I live in Franklin. I got like a 35, 40
I
minute
do
drive every time.
sympathize with that.
But that does make
So
you late.
They had
though.
to come down to a meeting in Franklin the other day, and they realized that
We were on time, though. We were on time.
Yeah,
We were
well, yeah,
all
we were
on
on
time.
time. You had one drive. I've
love
had
this question.
7,000. So when there's an
So
accident,
what you're
they're like,
admitting is
They
that
start
you were
fist
late.
fighting. This is the greatest.
believe you're
This is
running
the day Old Dominion broke up. Right here on our show.
Thanks.
Wow.
Thanks for breaking us up.
Hey,
Sure, there's
listen.
an accident on
I
65.
am a stickler. It doesn't happen anymore. But if we were even 1 minute late, what would happen?
Send
Go
us
home.
home.
They go home. We do
It
entire
was
shows.
so annoying.
Raise your hand if you've ever been sent home.
Everybody's been sent home. Like
So stupid.
now, if there was an
Did
accident,
you ever do it on purpose though?
No.
if they had a flat or a kid was sick, that's different. But if you're 7 minutes late just because you decided you were,
Yeah.
then you didn't
That's not
respect
cool.
the same everybody else. So
Hey, man.
anyway.
We never
If you're not
decided
early, you're late.
though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, relax, everybody. We start fighting too. Who's the most fashionable?
Say Matthew.
Say Matt.
Do you have to be though because you're the front?
I guess so, probably.
Who's on their phone the most?
We're all terrible at being on the phone.
I try not to be.
I try
he
to be.
tries not to
actually.
be, but then he's
And then
back on it.
finally, who's the most emotional?
Outwardly emotional,
Yeah.
I would say Brad probably is outwardly emotional the most.
I'm about to freak out right now.
Yeah. So, are you good on the song that you're about to do? I heard you asking
Oh, yeah,
questions.
yeah.
I
No,
interrupted.
I just couldn't remember the first line.
Okay. So, we're going to do a song written by one of you guys that another singer recorded. So, we're going to do just a verse and a chorus here. What did you guys choose to do, and who did it?
We chose a song called Wild Hearts that me, Jennifer Wayne, and Eric Pasley wrote, and then Keith Urban actually rewrote the verses and kept our chorus and kind of rewrote the song about his own life. And so it was 4 of us together.
I declared this song the most screwed over song in 2022.
The most what?
Screwed
Screwed
over
over.
song.
Yeah.
Because it should have been a number 1.
Oh, I know.
And it was a number 2.
Oh, yeah.
And it was as good. I mean, it was number 1 worthy for sure. Better.
Oh, thank
So here it is, the most screwed over song of 2022. Go ahead. All right. Does it ever happen, Matthew? If you get sick, can the other guys fill in? And
We've done some shows before where I was sick.
what if
and-
you lip sync and they sing though?
Yeah.
I mean, you really could pull that off.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have filled it in because we do have, we're lucky enough to have hits that, that we've written for other people. So it's definitely been used before as like, you guys sing a couple songs so that I can take a break.
That's really cool. Yeah, and you guys have so many. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot. All of you guys are good at something else too. If it's writing, if it's also singing, if it's playing, like it's you guys. I mean, you're it. Everybody else can just quit. That's it. We need no more bands.
Make sure you tell Cadillac 3 that.
yeah,
when they
tell
come
Cadillac
in.
3. You heard it.
Oh,
You
do
heard it
they-
here. Cadillac 3.
Do they come in here?
They do. Yeah.
No longer a band. They're done.
Have you? Here's a question.
We love them. It's not a real feud.
It is a feud now.
It's kind of.
It's kind of a feud.
I honestly can't tell.
We can't either. That's the problem.
But always pick on
I
somebody
keep
smaller
asking
than you.
Jen,
There's
I'm
5
like,
of them
is
and
this
3
real?
of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jaren will we'll get text messages like, hey, we're at a Cadillac 3 concert, and they're just running you through. the
Really
mud.
mean stuff about you guys.
And then we say something back, and Jared's like, meh.
We're like, come on, Jared. Like tens of people are hearing you say that.
Oh, gosh.
You did, which is even better.
Is it because
Pretty good.
sometimes do people confuse y'all?
No.
Oh.
They confuse us with their brothers Osborne for some
Yeah, they do
insane
confuse us
reason.
with brothers.
Oh, that's interesting.
Have you guys been somewhere cool, intimate, and somebody that is also, in your mind, musically amazing, just picks up a guitar and starts playing? And you're like, wow, this is crazy.
I was actually, speaking of Pebble Beach, Pro-Am, I was out there last year, and
Oh, that's what I was
someone had a little party at their house, just like probably 15 people. And Willie Nelson's son,
Lucas.
yeah, Lucas was just like, it's back porch jamming. Like I felt like I was watching young Willie Nelson. Like it was crazy.
It was awesome.
so good.
Anybody for you?
I'm trying to think. We just recently did this. It wasn't like that type of setting, but we just recently did this sort of tribute show for Greg Allman, and there were so many people involved in that, and the brothers were there, and Need to Breathe was there, and there's just so many amazing musicians just to stand on the stage and be able to watch that musicianship is always amazing to watch people play like that.
Anybody?
Yeah, well, actually, I was going to say the Lucas Nelson thing. I remember back when I first moved to town, I had a publishing deal with John Rich back when the Music Mafia was going. And I remember there was this one time we were at a party at the Fontanelle, and it was like a bunch of random people. It was like Tanya Tucker and Gretchen Wilson, and I was sort of new to town, so that was cool to just sit there. My eyes were wide open.
That's super cool. And now we get to do it with them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Watch them.
Yeah, be
Yeah,
cool.
look at us go.
Look at us. Look at them. Hey, look, they have 4 new songs out today. Memory Lane, which they played earlier. I encourage you to go check that out on our YouTube page. You guys know I'm a massive fan. You're welcome anytime. Thanks for humoring. And here's the thing: you brought all your instruments, and we didn't want you to come bring all your instruments to play one song. Like, why, right? Why set all the way up and just do one song?
Right.
That's how I feel.
I know.
So, and then even after we go off the air, I'm going to keep them playing for my own personal enjoyment. But listen, Old Dominion Music on Instagram. I'm a huge fan. New music's great. 4 new songs out today. And go, and I have the tour here, the No Bad Vibes tour, which is starting the 19th. Is it just right?
That's
It's
what that
It's not
paper says, you're probably
it's not
right.
restarting. It's starting.
No, it's
right?
starting,
Okay.
yes.
So we are olddominion.com, and everywhere we are, and you're listening to this, they're all over, from Green Bay to Evansville on the 19th, Champaign, Illinois on the 20th, Ottawa, Toronto, London, Ontario. So Go check them out. They're awesome live, and all the way to June 30th. That's it. Old Dominion. Everybody say bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
And there they are.
It's a Bobby Bones show.